Task Force Orange. This is my third battle, from the Big Dumb tournament. It's the second video I've made. Playing against Louis Andre from Quebec. I thought he was French, but he turns out he's Canadian. Therefore, what outrageous lie he is. Before he's playing a Simoon with Emperor Palpatine as the Admiral, the Raider for lifeboat keeping alive purposes maybe, and a Gazantes with Darth Vader for Darth Vadering purposes, and a bit of a squad ball. Not a huge squad ball, but a bit of a squad ball. He's also playing with Price. I don't like Price as a general rule, but that's life. I had the beard, I chose to go second, and let's see what happened. So a couple of little interesting things here because of Price. So he chose Fighter Ambush, and yeah, because he's got some squads, that makes sense. We put out the rocks, and I immediately, for whatever reason, put my rocks poorly. And Fighter Ambush, you need to think about where you're going to put your rocks because you're going to need to have some to hide your fighters with. And so I foolishly put my rocks in very bad places because the rules say that those squadrons have to be within distance 1 of an obstacle, and yeah, things like that. Now I'm setting up my, knowing that this Price is coming, setting up my standard approach to dealing with Price is to try and hope the enemy makes a mistake, jump on it. If they don't, well, then you do what you think. Now, so a couple of mistakes I've made. So the terrain is too close to the edges. Look at this terrain here. I have a terrible trouble deploying squads. Squads have to be outside of distance 5 of the edge of the board and within distance 1 of an obstacle. Well, what a twit. Put these obstacles far too far from the edges. I'm going to end up putting them all within the station. I don't know what I would have done if they'd all ended up too far from. Anyway, if it's very possible, really, to have no room to deploy those squads legally. So they have to be at distance 1 of an obstacle, but outside of 5 of the thing. So as a result, my squads are in a bad position from the beginning. What I was thinking of putting this guy here, that's just to annoy him, I guess. The off chance that I can jump on something and do something silly, but anyway. There you go. My other deployment area is to put Akbar here. This is Jaina's Light. If I'd had my time over, I'd put Akbar's Jaina's Light on this side. Because, well, that's the way I'm going to turn. I don't want Akbar to be at the end of the line. I want him to be at the front of the line so he can escape as necessary. I guess the other alternative is that he could have gone up here to the right, but I didn't do that. So, now we see what happens. He has to put down what he puts down for Price, and he puts down turn 2 for Price. Now that means that he's going to go last on turn 2, first on turn 3. So where he ends up at the end of turn 1 is where he's going to be. So if he'd been going speed 3 and had leapt right out here, maybe I would have leapt on top of him, but it's pretty clear that he's not going to do that. But because he's picked turn 2, it means that I can annoy him by flying away. Not flying towards that Simon, not flying towards that squadron ball. I can hop out the way, which I proceed to do. This was a bit risky and unnecessary. I should have moved the flotilla first. There you go. Now I decided to move the flotilla because my brain started working again, and everybody jumps. Now here's the problem. Even at this point, I should have moved Akbar up and to the right. But instead, I decided to keep Akbar part of the gunnery line. And as we'll find out in a minute, Akbar will be absolutely in the firing line when that Simon comes down on top of us. So that's turn 1 basically. Now it's squadron moving. I'm not going to engage his squadrons way out there and be slaughtered by his flak. So my squadrons make their way back to protecting the line. We're going to wait. Turn 2. Here we go. Now he's already priced. So because he saw that I wasn't going to be in a position to be priced by this guy, he's going to have to go last in turn 2. He's not going to be able to set up a good shot for the beginning of turn 3. Yeah, so I was hoping he would launch himself straight at me, but he chooses not to. Anyway. So now we make the turn. to bring ourselves back into line. So basically price means with my fleet that I go, you know what, if you've picked turn 2, that means we spend the first 2 turns of the game me ignoring price because I don't want to be last firsted, whatever. And the rest of the game is me, when I've got 4 turns, try and finish it off. So he realizes he can't do what he needs to do, so he goes to there. I guess if he'd gone full speed 3, he could have got into gunnery range, but he chose not to. Move the squads up again. But you can see that Akbar's going to get squished. There's no way Akbar's the last ship, last corvette there. He's going to get caught. So here we go. Beginning of turn 3, what's going to happen? We'll find out. Oh, the radar. Nothing. He might launch his squads at me. He didn't do that. Thinking about what to do with this guy. And that radar has got his instigator, whatever. Iden Aversio, which means that the evades are canceller dice. Heavy iron, I'm not so worried about that. My fleet, ordnance experts, disposable capacitors, it's Iden Versio, means that I can't kill it. If I had my engine techs and could double ram it, maybe I could kill it, but shooting it, I'd have to bring force the entire fleet at it all at one go, and even then you can end up cancelling an absurd number of dice before I can do it. And here I get carried away and launch a squadron attack with my flotilla, hoping to kill Major Reimer, who lives on 2 hull because my shooting was pretty awful. Don't know really what I was thinking there. Probably thinking, he's going to have to come and shoot at me, so I'm able to launch some squadrons at him, upset him a little bit. I was hoping to catch his Dengar, but his Dengar was too far back. Try the Reimer instead. When he moved that flotilla forward, I thought he'd overrun Dengar, but he didn't. He overran Reimer. If he'd overrun Dengar, I would put Dengar in front, come in and kill Dengar, and that would have been a slightly different game. Here he comes. He's taken his long-range shots, and look, he's in lovely blue range of a whole bunch of Akbar corvettes, but ready to do some serious damage. Pew, 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 etc., etc., etc. So, first shot, off we go. Move him, make the swing. Trying to find a way to get my corvettes not to fly off the board, and here's the problem. Here's, I think this shot to the front and 2 shot to the front to side. Anyway, here's my thing. What do I do with Akbar? Does he fly towards that guy? Does he fly away? And fly away. And guess what? End up just in blue. By the slightest of slightest margins, I'm in blue. No, he probably wouldn't survive the red shot anyway, but Akbar shouldn't have been there. Akbar should have been over here somewhere. Should have been this guy. But that's life. Next time, my squads decide to focus on killing that, whatever that thing's called, ISD. I can kill that. That's the thing I can kill. I can't kill Ivan Vorsio's corvette radar, and I'm getting victory points from fight of ambush, so that's fine. Keeping me out of the black flak of that radar. Here comes what's his name? Trying to kill things. Take out my poor Lancer. That sort of stuff. He gets some nice shots. He shoots them and he kills the. Nice. Yeah, this is his shot on my corvette. So, yeah, I ain't living through that. If I had been just at red range, I probably would have lived through that. But blue kills me. So, that's the end of that. So, no more Akbar. But now he's double arced himself, and I've got concentrate fires lined up, and oh, that was a nice roll. Look at that. 2 doubles. Didn't even need to manipulate it. So, yes, he wasn't quite dead. There was a shield left. So, anyway, that flotilla decides to be safe and run for the hills. And a whole bunch of stuff happens. Boom, 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 boom. And okay. Yep, I finish off the thing. Yep. And I'm sort of in trouble here with this raider. What do I do? How do I get out of this? Probably nowhere I can get out of it. What are you going to do? Yep, boom, burned to bits. Because I'd lost the 2 activations. So I'd lost the flotilla and the flagship. I couldn't outweight that raider, which I really should have been able to do. And this guy decides to turn around there to try and kill that Kazanti, I guess, eventually, but a whole bunch of little squadrons squiffing around, shooting each other, doing various things. And that's, maybe that's the end of the game. Wasn't going to happen. So I won this game by a narrow sort of margin. I lost my flagship and another flotilla, another corvette, this guy, a couple of squads. I killed maybe one of his squads. I think. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I must have killed one. No, 6. No, I didn't kill any of his squads. I just killed the flagship and got 60 points in tokens. Again, the tokens win me the game. Otherwise, it would have been a 6-5 with about a 3-point victory. And that's it. I think there was another turn. I think the log file something must have happened and the log file stopped early. But basically, this corvette flies this way. He flies up. I shoot at him a bit. Fail to get through the shields because of Iron Versio. And this guy shoots and runs and does all sorts of things. And that's about it. So yeah, that's game number 2. Louis will go on to win the whole bag of dice. Thanks for watching.